This is John Young with Weekend Handyman. Today we are bringing you cordless tool technology. This is the Makita cordless grass trimmer lawn edger right here. You are looking at an 18-volt grass trimmer here. I want to get the model number. This is the LXRU02. LXRU02. 18-volt, uses lithium-ion batteries, which of course I purchased this as a bare tool because I have a lot of the batteries already with my saws and different things. This particular one comes in three pieces. You've got your main shaft and the handle. You have to attach the handle, which is just a hand nut. Put the bolt through and a hand nut, and then you attach the shroud, which is attached with two Phillips screws, and off you go. Couple of things with this: it can be used as a trimmer, and it can be used for shorter people. You can loosen this guy up, and you can extend the handle. You can also tip it for edging, so you can tip the head. And you can also extend it. So if you're a taller person, you've got it. And once you're into place, you can turn that to lock it, and you are solid and good to go. Another thing I really like about it is the head. You can actually change the angle of the head on it. So again, as a shorter person, maybe you'd want it more flat. As a taller person, which I am, I would probably want it more in an upright position. So you can get a level cut with your trimmer, because that's really important. Because if your nose is too far down or the back too far, you're going to end up gouging, and you can't get a nice, smooth trimming job around the different parts of your yard. So, also like that it has a manual feed, the manual tap feed. So when I'm starting to run low on line, I can tap it on the ground, and that will extend a little bit of line out. It has the trimming blade or a cutting blade for keeping the line at this specific length. They've got a little orange guide on it, and there's the blade. I'm just leaving a little orange cap on it because I don't want it to get cut while shooting this video. So, anyway, it uses 18 volt. Your standard. This is the 3 amp hour 18 volt right there. That's what you can use. You can use the smaller ones also, the 1.5. But as long as it's an 18 volt lithium ion, you're good to go. We'll shoot a little bit of video with my boys, because this is a very lightweight, very easy to use trimmer, but you've got to also watch for safety. We're going to have goggles, and covering their hands and such. Let's see how this works out in the field. So again, the Makita LXRU02. This is, of course, that 18-volt trimmer, lithium-ion battery. We're out here to do a little bit of cutting with this and show you what it's like in the field. First thing I'm going to do with that is, of course, I've got that little protector I talked about. I'm not going to take that off quite yet. So I want to get an idea of how high, get it adjusted for myself. I can unlock the collar, and I can adjust the length of the trimmer shaft. Now, I don't want to have it so my arms are uncomfortable, but yet I don't want it so I'm going to be stooping over. In this particular case, I'm about a 6'1" guy, and it's pretty high even for me. So I can take it down just a little bit, and when I find the right spot, turn that collar, and now it's locked in. Angle of the head, I can adjust that. Well, I pretty much like it completely in the completely upright position. This will give me a nice flat. You'll see that the trimmer head is kind of flat against the ground and level. That's what I want. So I've got that adjusted. Then we'll take off the little protector here, so the blade will now be accessible to the string trimmer, so it will actually trim. And I've got my goggles on. We'll attach a battery, because I don't want to do anything with this until I want to be all done down there when it's time to attach that battery. Get some old work gloves on here. And then we're going to trim around one of the old poles here to an old clothesline here. I like to, when I'm doing my lawn, I like to trim first and then come through with the lawnmowers and cut, because I'm very familiar with my lawnmowers. I know exactly how big of an area I need to trim. That way, any of the taller grass, because we haven't trimmed here for a couple of weeks, any of the taller grass will be thrown into the area in which we're going to mow, and it gets chopped up, and when we're done, it looks nice and clean. So let's give this a try. We've got a safety switch. You use on the back of it. You push that forward with your thumb, and there we go. So there you go. You get the idea that For an 18-volt trimmer, it's got a lot of power. I've used a couple of different 18-volt trimmers in the past, and a lot of times when you get into that taller grass, they'll just kind of bog down and they aren't trimming as much as kind of pushing the grass over. Boy, this definitely did an excellent job with that. Pretty excited. And we didn't use up any of the strings. Sometimes with some of these self-forwarding string systems on the heads, it'll actually start to advance the line a little bit, and you end up getting some, you run out of the line really quick. So anyway, kind of a really cool tool here from Makita. I'll put a link in the description below so you can check this out. This is John Young with the Weekend Handyman.